This is my finished bike. Overall, I'm very happy with it. She's looking out at the minute. She's looking well. And my main theme or my main goal was to make or design a motorbike that could run, or that would run on hubless wheels with the front and the back. So I'll start with the wheels. These wheels were originally mini moto wheels that I had to redesign to get the rollers to run on them. And the original mini moto wheel had a tapered angle, so it was like a small little tapered lip going back there into the centre of the wheel. And what was happening was, when I was sitting my bearing on it, instead of sitting straight up flush like that, it was actually sitting out at an angle. So I actually filled these up with fillers and took off the tyre, put it into the lathe and machined it all down to give myself a flat surface, so the bearings would run smoothly on it. A lot of people ask me why I just didn't machine down the tapered lip on the original mini moto wheel, but well, I did try, and this is just made of some precast dirt metal, and as soon as I put this into the lathe, or as soon as I bolted my wheel onto the lathe, and as soon as the cutting tool barely touched this, and I was only taking off a small bit, the actual wheel itself just shattered, like it just exploded. So yeah, I was lucky I didn't lose an eye there, but then I just decided to redesign them with the fillers, make them myself. Actually, I have the wheel is actually filled with expanding foam as well, because I take the nozzle out and it's putting the filler in when I was machining it down. And actually for this I drilled 3 holes. Well, you can see one of the holes there where I actually filled the foam in, the same with the back wheel. And then the next was to try and design roller bearings and to make a bracket that would work for my wheel. So basically, I have 2 bars sitting on the top of my wheel and one sitting under, and it actually holds it solid in place. Yeah, my roller bearings, when I was designing these, when I designed them first, when I was tightening them, when I was tightening them, so like the wheel would be tight, everything was squeezing together, so these actually weren't even spinning. They were just solid up against it, so I actually had to redesign them. And what I done with this was, I actually drilled a hole through my nylon roller, put a smaller bar than the 16mm bar you see there. I think it was a 14mm bar, put in between it, and basically what happens is now all the bars squeeze in together, and this actually doesn't tighten up, so this still spins freely. But another problem that I encountered when I was doing this was, okay, I got my wheels spinning freely, my front and back, but when I was spinning them, if you see this, where the black, or this roller bearing, where the black of it is sitting actually on this red lip, and I actually spin that, it's ripping the paint off, as you can see down here. So I either had a choice, tighten them up so they don't spin, or have them spinning and have the paint ripping off. So because it's only a show bike, I decided just to tighten them up and just leave it looking nice. My brackets for mounting my steering, I originally had designed to have it in around 600 between centre, 650 max, and so I wanted to use the original brackets. But when I was using the original brackets, if you can imagine this step back about 30mm, everything was hitting off each other, so I had to go and redesign new mounts. It actually turned out pretty well. I designed them on CAD, and then I used a water jet to cut them out. If no one knows what water jet is, I made a video of it just to show you, because I'm sure a lot of people won't. see one in a lifetime, but they're pretty cool, so it's worth a watch. Yeah, but I didn't take in consideration when I was making these that this would be stepped out so much. So I'm a small bit over my original 650. I think I'm in around 700 or something like that. It's a bit hard to tell. But yeah, they turned out very nice. I just made like an A-bar for my handlebars. Let's put a little light. I had mud guard. I just molded this around the barrel, and it's better well, I want to beat, I say, formed it around the barrel, and I cut out these strips here and actually just welded them on. And the same with the far side. I actually got pretty good at welding over this module. And then I just made these two little brackets and welded them on, but I would have preferred actually put them in at the back, just so they're not seen, but that just matter. When I was originally welding my frame together, I decided to go with a TIG welder because I have a TIG welder at home and I'm very familiar with it. I know it is the hardest welder to use, but it gives the best finish. You can't really see any of my, I can see them here. You see my welds, they're actually my welds, and I never actually even touched them with a grinder. Or them ones were used by Mick, but you can see the difference. So both of these weren't touched with a grinder. You can see how nice a finish this one was. And you can see same up there, but I made the whole lot of it was welded with TIG to give a nice finish. My tank, that's actually made of very light aluminium, and I just bent it around, formed it around a cone actually, cut it out, and I actually welded down. I made an L bracket or an L shape and welded it on. I welded onto it. That kind of broke my heart small, but it was an absolute nightmare to weld. It didn't even turn out. There's a few holes here and there, but she looks apart. She doesn't look too bad. Making my sides and that. When I was making my sides, when I was making this back one actually, this back rear fender, what I done was I actually just cut a sheet the perfect size, tacked it here and here, made sure she was level, and then just bent it around and tacked it, bent and tacked, bent and tacked, and eventually I just put a line of weld across it. But so she didn't come out, it turned out actually pretty well. I cut this out and just bent it up. But if you actually look here, there's actually two plates here. See where one is overlapping the other one. Because originally, oh yeah, if you look under here, that's originally what I had to do. So that's my bottom plate, so it looked very messy. So I decided then to put another plate over it just to fill up the gap and to make it look nicer. And then I also then, when I was doing this, I decided then to make a little bracket coming out of this that I could bolt my tank onto, so you can see the tank's actually bolted onto that one. I made my C out of foam, and originally I wanted to put a black leather strip kind of through it and paint it red like the way it is, but I just couldn't get that to work. So I actually sprayed my C with a thing called Schultz, and Schultz is basically what it's spraying underneath a car if it failed a test or if there was rust there, just to cover it all up, and it kind of gives this nice texture finish, like a leathery look. But it was originally, you can get it in grey or black, but when I sprayed it I had the grey one, I just sprayed it and then I sprayed the red over it just to give it a leathery look, but it turned out pretty, it looks pretty cool. The sides, these were all made as one piece, welded on, got the writing cut out with the water jet again. I actually made this grill near the end, and I kind of wish that I came up with this idea first. I'd done this idea first, so I actually had that design kind of going through the whole bike. If I was doing it again, I would change it to that, to have this going kind of through the whole of it, because there's a lot of stuff going on here that I actually have covered up and you can't see. Like if you look in there, there's my engine. I actually painted it red. The engine's actually there. And if you look under, I actually have a sprocket and all made, and I have a bar pushing up against the wheel, so that when my engine is running, it spins that bar and that spins the wheel then. But like a lot of that you can't see when I put on the sides. My exhaust, I was very happy with my exhaust. I just started bending the bar, bit of gunmetal, bent it around a right angle, then welded this, then cut another bit, and then just welded it straight on. So that's just welded there, the second one. I only originally planned to do one, say either side, but when I had one on, I was missing a small bit, so I decided to go with the second one. I'm actually pretty happy I decided to go with the second one, it's turned out well. And I even have it, if you actually look, I even made a mount, and I actually even have it mounted on my engine. I think, painting, yeah, I decided to go red and black with my theme, and then chrome for my tank, my handlebars, and my exhaust. And the painting turned out pretty well, and I painted these the red as well, because I wanted these to stand out. There was also, painting. When I originally painted these the black, you couldn't actually read the writing or see the grid. Well, you could, but it was very hard. It was very hard to notice it. So I actually had to get a paintbrush, and I actually had to paint on. So if you look in the lip, that's where the red is. So I actually had to paint on that. But what I used first was actually red car paint, and it was going grand, like. But when I actually hit the front face of it, I wasn't able to wipe it off. So I had to wipe that off with thinners and then re-spray the whole lot of it again. So I got a water-based art paint. But the only problem with that was, it was grand if it came out that I could wipe it off. But I had to do 4 coats before you actually could see it. Because the first coat looked very messy. It won't really stick to the steel, like it was very hard to do, but I'm very happy with the way it looks now. It turned out well. My stand, this was actually a step that was just sitting in the corner of my garage, and I just cut either side of it, made 2 brackets, or 2 checker platings. I actually see I cut that over there so my engine would sit in. I cut my shooting number on the water jet. I had originally this, the reason she's tilted back is because I wanted to make to look like a real bike. So like when a bike stand is, sitting up, like it's sort of tilted back small and the wheel is turned a small bit. So that's why I have her tilted and she's not up straight. And then there's just a few small bits that I just put in the clock. It's a little clock there and a light. I don't actually have anything working. I did get everything working, but the problem I had was there was wires everywhere and it looked very messy, so I just cut them all. There's a suspension that we were given, and I just sprayed them with the chrome, the tops, and I sanded that down and I lacquered it to give it a nice shine. Actually, it looked pretty well, it turned out nice. Yeah, overall I'm very happy with the way she's looking out at the minute. She turned out pretty well. Thanks for watching.